I was excited when I got the call.
Likewise. So let's go back for a split second before we touch on what's currently going on, right?
Yeah.
You first went viral on World Star Hip Hop for addressing the local Fortrey Harvard Street Crips and the incident at a 93-year-old woman's house.
Damn.
Walk us back through that.
You remember? Damn. Golly. Damn.
Damn.
I remember watching the news. So I had already been working with a lot of young brothers who was catching murder cases. So during that time, the youth violence in Fort Worth has shot up almost like 80% in the city. So between youth violence and the youth STD statistics, I think between the ages of 15 and 13 and 25, there was like a 5% increase in HIV new contracted cases. So that was alarming.
That could be the only answer.
Out of 8,000 chlamydia cases, like 6,500, 7,000 was teenagers. So between the youth violence and the youth STD statistics, nigga, I was downtown using my voice and my platform to bring awareness to those two elements of our community. So this particular time, some had done a drive-by, some young brothers had done a drive-by looking for this guy named Big Pun. Big Pun on the street. And he with all the shit. But his mom works for the sheriff department. So they were shooting at Big Pun. They were trying to shoot up Big Pun mama house. Everybody know where Big Pun them stay at. Cause he with the shit. But they shot the woman house up next door. 3 different type of assault rifles, over 20-something rounds of ammunition. Bullets went through her house. So when I saw it on the news, and you just heard the description, homie. So they shot up in the middle of the night. She had to lay still in the bed while the bullets flew over her head. Her daughter lived across the street. So for the daughter to wake up and see mama house being shot up,
dramatic.
Yeah, homie. So the convictions of a man makes him do things based off his convictions. Don't have nothing to do with his principles. It's the convictions that you have. So I reached out to gang unit. I reached out to Fort Worth Police Department gang unit. At the time, it was Sergeant Wheeler. I reached out to Sergeant Wheeler, Officer Charles Rogers, and Officer Charles Owens. And we put our money together. I got with my organization at the time, Hyped About Hype Youth Outreach, myself along with Michael Moore. Shout out to Michael Moore from Save a Can, Save a Child organization. And we went over there and repaired her house, fixed every bullet. Yeah, so to see the bullet holes that were it ripped through the bars. Yeah, you can see where the bullets ripped through the bars, every hole. So every so often I repost the pictures of us rebuilding that. So homie, that's really where the start of my disdain for gang members came. And I know a lot of them, most of my partners including myself, was a former gang member. But I never gang banged on the streets. It was in the boys' home. It was more like a rite of passage, something to do to pass time, homie. Camaraderie to pass time, but it was never the intent to and take life. Yeah, we talked it, but it wasn't in our hearts because I didn't learn it from the streets. So when that happened, homie, it made the news, but nobody in the city had any real outrage. But my convictions. So from that point on, I started disrespecting our local gang members. Nigga, you nigga. And at the time, her house got shot up on Hattie Street. Hattie Street and Harvard Street are in the same areas. It's in the same South Side, same neighborhood. So that's what made me start dissing the South Side Crips, the Hoovers, the Fortrey Gangster Crips, the North Side Fortrays, Truman Street Bloods out of Stop 6, ROB, Echo Heights, Como. I started strategically dissing every gang, crip, set in my city. So that's what caught everybody's attention. I wasn't talking to all the Crips, all the Bloods, but because I went viral, all the Crips and all the Bloods from other cities and other states started telling me what they'll do to me. I can't say crab, I can't say slob. So that's what made me look at California. Fuck you, slob. That's what made me look to California. That's what made me look to Chicago. So I started looking around the country and attacking and trying to assassinate the image of every gangster, every gang that I believe we feared. Was I afraid too? Yeah, I was. But the convictions of a man have him overlook and overcome and conquer his fear to fight the war to become a warrior. See, warriors feel fear, they just conquer their fear. So I conquered my fear. At times, yeah, I believe my life would probably be killed. Yeah, at times I believe somebody would try to do something to me, but my conviction supersedes my fear. My convictions as a man supersedes my fear and my cowardice of what they could possibly do to me. So I started saying things that wouldn't nobody say publicly, openly and out loud to the Crips, the Bloods, the Pyrus, the GDs, the BDs, the Vice Lords, New York. Everything that they said would kill me and would hurt me for disrespecting it, I made it my challenge to attack it head on with disrespect in front of the world. And I was willing to die and go to jail for those convictions. And here we are today.
There's two sides to a coin. There's the predator and the victim. A lot of times, most platforms, well, let me take that back, let me frame it right. A lot of platforms don't like to speak on the victims. What's your take on that?
Everybody run from the victims, because the victims, when you listen to the victims, what sits on the victim lips and what sits at your ears that you don't want to hear is accountability. For the people you idolize, you don't admire these people because you don't know them. You idolize their status as many gods. That's why God said you should not have an idol. Adultery is a sin. And we wake up every day as black people in this country and we adultery every black celebrity, every rich person. Anybody with status, we don't admire them. We don't respect them. We idolize them. That's why America became Babylon when it created American idols. We're not supposed to have idols. We're not supposed to have pictures on the walls of these people. Who do our children have in our room? They're idols. So they sit above our children as their gods, and our children follow them and listen to them and consume their lives as if they're gods. And they hold on to every word as if these people are gods, and we treat them like they're gods. So that's why they have to fall in your eyes. So God can't allow them to continue to be your God. That's why all your idols fall. That's why you should never have an idol. I idolize nothing. I have admiration. So I learned terms, I've learned words, I learned vernacular, I learned terminology so I don't get stuck in my sin from ignorance. I don't idolize a thing. So I assassinate, so that's why I don't play celebrity. I play like a normal person amongst normal people. Yeah, I'm arrogant, I'm egotistical, but I never sit myself as an idol. I don't let nobody talk me high up. I make you think low of me. That's why I show you my flaws. I don't come before the world to be on my best behavior, so you idolize me. I come to entertain you, whether you idolize, admire, respect, or nothing. Guess what? I stimulate you, right? So I entertain you, good or bad. If I stimulate you in what kind of way, it don't matter. You're stimulated. I win, and that's why you entertain. So we idolize celebrities. We don't admire them. That's why we don't give them grace to be failures. We want them to be picture perfect like God, because they're an idol. And we base our lives either off their lives, their songs, or their movies. That's why a lot of hoes relate to Cardi B. So yeah. You can be a star forever. You don't have to be a star that falls. You don't have to be a falling star. You can be a star that sits up and light up the sky forever because you was born to be a star. What dims a star light? The people that consider it a star.
Wow.
I have a gift and a talent that God gave me. That's what make me the star, not the people that's watching. Without the gift and the talent, no different than Jesus without the Holy Spirit. He could never walk on water. He could never raise from the dead without the Spirit. So the gift and the talent that a got, homie, that makes me what I am, that make y'all watch me. The gift of persuasion, the gift of articulation, the gift of funniness. I have a gift and a talent that I was able to tap into.
So it's a lot going on right now, but for the past 7 years or maybe longer, you've been holding the mirror up to the double standard.
I hold it up to me first, though. Yeah, nah, I hold the mirror up to me first. How many I realized before I got here, nigga, I was a daddy who was rooted in fatherhood and responsibilities, but still felt shame from not being able to afford Michael Jordan tennis shoes, not being able to have the cars that they have in the videos that my son watch every day, not being able to drive or even rent the car that he getting on Grand Theft Auto and putting in his garage shop, not being able to get the PlayStation 3 when all I can afford is the one out the pawn shop. So this wasn't no overnight thing, nigga. For a while, it looked like this shit wasn't working. I was looking stupid to some people saying this shit online. Everybody would look at me upside my head, including the kids, because they riding in the car listening to me say this shit, but it don't look like it's going nowhere. But I would put my all into it. I believed in what I was doing when didn't nobody else believe. Even when they were saying, man, you my partner got a job, or even when they trying to make you.
But they kind of like when they say you gonna be looking crazy out here until you finally make it. You heard me? So just keep going, boy.
Get back on the job. I went and got a job and sued right quick so I can get back to thinking about my dream and my vision. The job was interfering with my dream and my vision.
I thought that was right.
Because I needed an 8-hour job, but they didn't have 8-hour job based the skills I had, so I had to take the 10 to 12 hour warehouse jobs. But I can't take the 10 to 12 warehour job. Who gonna take the kids in school in the morning? Mama got to be to work at this time. My sister got to be to work at that time. She got to get her kid. Who go drop the kids off at school? Then who go pick my baby up midday? So I got to try to get me an overnight job. Get off and be tired in the morning. But I can't keep doing this. I got to a point my where had already passed the crossroads of life. I done made it to an edge of life. And I either go back to where I came from doing that same old shit, or I take a jump and a leap where I don't know where I'm gonna land because I can't see nothing at this point. I don't know what job skills I got, homie, that I can make my life better. I can't go back to college because I'm damn near maxed out my so man, I just need 2 more semesters to go apply for law school. But just getting them 2 more semesters, being a non-traditional student, was overwhelming and overbearing. Because I got to feed these kids. I got to cook when they get out of school. I got to find something for them to do. That was about to break a trying to maintain. But what glue a together and keep a nigga from breaking? The rewards that you get at night when the kids go to sleep and you there with them watching them go to sleep.
The little things, man.
The reward, nigga, is watching them sleep. You go in there and make sure everything all right at the end of the day. And you can finally go in there and jack your off without them interrupting. You can have you some phone sex, smoke your weed. That's when you know it's all right.
Come on, we talking about children here, gang. Why you ain't had to go ahead and sneak that in the same breath? Gang. You could have said, went in there, handle your business with your lady. You could have threw something in there like that. You feel me? Okay, I see you talking about grown folks do grown folks stuff. But gang, you talking about self.
When even though you struggle, you know you're still a struggle tomorrow, though. But I done capped off this day, though. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? I done capped off this day, though.
You talking about, you lost us at the end.
And nigga, for that little moment, you feel proud. It's some honor. It's some dignity and integrity before you go to sleep. With your struggling. But boy, I feel good for that moment, though, my nigga. When you walk out that room, know they are safe and all right in your hands. And you go hit that split for that J. And yeah, or you sneak out and go get you some and get on back. That's what carried it, that little moment of fatherhood. Cause I ain't had nothing else to keep me going. Other than the belief that I got a gift and a talent with this new discovery of the internet I done discovered. I got some new knowledge, I got some new information, and this is what this is the carrot that's in front of me that I'm chasing. Like when you say I live off $80, that was me, nigga. That was me. I probably was barely getting $2,000 a month, nigga, in disability, another $360 in food stamps, nigga. I was putting it all back in the trying to get me a little phone and understand that content. So I can't lose betting on me and believing in me. Yeah. You know, that's like having inside trade secrets. I'm betting on me and I'm believing on me. And I'm the investment in the investor. I knew. Nobody else knew, nigga. I knew it was gonna hit. I knew it was gonna hit, nigga. But in the process, nigga, I was talked about, I was shamed, I was ridiculed, I was spit on, I was misunderstood, and it hurt. Yeah, and it hurt. But rather than letting the hurt be discouragement, or rather than letting the hurt turn into anger, I used it as fuel. I wouldn't express it to nobody. I came and used it as fuel. So that's why I was vicious with my words and venomous in the beginning, because I was hurt because couldn't nobody believe in me. And the people in line were laughing at me. And I'm trying to tell them what I'm doing, playing the character. But they laughing at me, they talking about me, they ridiculing me. And I'm saying, man, this ain't me. I'm trying to let y'all know what it is. So that's why I was hurt. That's why I was mean at first. Because I'm saying, this is what I'm doing, man. Just nobody believe. Now they believe.
As adults, based on our choices and decisions, we got to go through what we got to go through, right? Yeah. The process be the worst, but it's what we need. Nothing else would change us.
Because if it didn't, you wouldn't have done it. Everything you get in life, you get what you deserve in life based off what you've chosen to do in life. So whether you think that's karma or not, it's called reciprocation. I'm gonna add something else to that. Your children have to go through what you put them through based on what you choose. Your children have to suffer from what you choose, right or wrong. And there's nothing that nobody can do. Your children are gonna have to suffer because of the decisions of the parents. Krishan Rock's son is suffering from the decisions of her mother, but they look and try to blame an absent father. You had a chance to replace the absent father with a positive male influence. What did you replace the absent father with? It's only so much an absentee can take. Blame. I wasn't there. Absence causes things, yeah, but nothing causes more than what's done, that I see and feel and receive. So the process could be the worst part. The beginning of it is, but the process is what the food have to go through to get done. A lot of time, that's the beauty. What you had to go through to get to where you are now. All of us didn't go through hell. All of us didn't have to go through hell, nigga, to learn what we learn today. But some of us had to go through hell, not because of what we done, but because who we was born to, in the situation we was born in. So, and because of that, you make wrong decisions because of what you was born into. So a lot of up because of what they were born into and who was teaching them. So a lot of right now jealous in the because they grew up with a jealous mama. Mama was jealous of the sister, mama was jealous of the neighbor, so these just jealous, so they rob you. It's some niggas, mama who was on drugs ever since they were little. And when they walked in, nigga, they was 6, 7 years old, and their mama was high on drugs, and the little brother was peeing in the pamper because the pamper. Now them rob drug dealers now because they hate drug dealers because drug dealers got their mamas on drugs, and it's like that. And you be hollering about, man, I can't stand a jacking ass. That's part of the game. Somebody sold drugs to his mama, so he got a disdain for dope dealers. It's a been molested, and watch this sister get molested. And every time a molester cross his way, he's down him. He can't wait to fuck over pervert or pedophile. Cause that's why nigga. It's got some issues that happen as.
And lie, boy, anybody who got a soft spot for a person like that, boy, you should be a question just as much as they ask, boy. I don't think you would even had to even go through something similar, boy. Somebody that got some shit like that going through their head, boy, we know that's a menace to society, boy. Like on some Jeff Dahmer hand type, you feel me? Like, but that's some insane psychotic shit right there, like, but that's like beyond crazy, boy. You don't got to go through nothing like that to know there's something wrong there. That's just obvious, boy.
A child never got healed, never gets talked about, and it's just withdrawn, but it's displayed in anger. That's why when he get mad, it's over with. That same little boy. Most real men you never see irate. Most real men you never see irate unless he's in battle. So I was fortunate enough, homie, in my 20s, my teens, to be able to go through counseling and therapy and all that type of shit, to get whatever was unresolved, whatever was unhealed as a child. So I can firmly state and express and say, as a grown man, my childhood issues don't reflect in my adult behavior. I was healed as a child. My childhood trauma was addressed long before I was 25. I've had counseling sessions in my 20s to help me understand the lack of identity and the struggle that young males have from 18 to 25 from the lack of the prefrontal cortex connection, right? So you struggle with identity during that time because your brain is developing, right? But it hadn't, so you're frustrated because you got a lot of questions you can't answer, and you're searching for something that seems like you can't find because you lack brain development. And then all of a sudden the light come on. When my light came on, my life is more affected by what I've done and what I didn't do as a father than any other thing.
Wow.
So when I look at where I'm at today, the things that I do today, the things I've been able to accumulate and acquire, this is the fruit of my labor for my decisions based on what I did right and wrong as a father. Right now, I'm 48 years old. This is the rewards and the fruit. This is the fruits of my labor, nigga, from the choices and decisions that I made from 25 to 40. Because it's been about eight years now to 40. But I started in my 30s. I was still immature and undeveloped and somewhat reckless in decision making, 26, 27, 28. I got real serious close to 30. By the time I was 30, I was solidified in fatherhood. I didn't waver. I didn't run back to the streets. I didn't straddle the fence. I didn't seesaw. I stayed right there. 30, and this is the rewards. I didn't beat their mama. I didn't mistreat her. I didn't try to inflict any more. Was I the perfect ex-husband, baby daddy? No. I'm a very difficult, complicated, but I got everybody's best interest at heart. Even when I'm trying to strike a lick. So, it don't never look like it's working in the beginning when everything's coming together. That's the stage of the other side of the coin. When you have hope and inspiration and aspirations and you believe. The other side of the coin is disbelief and discouragement and hopelessness. So things come into play, things happen, things are thrown at you to create discouragement, to create the feelings of hopelessness. The devil's greatest trick. I heard Bill Belichick say this, that he tell his players, the devil's greatest tool is discouragement. Because if he gets you discouraged, everything else he got to sell you works. Once you're discouraged, everything else works. That's the greatest tool, is to discourage you. Oh man, them white folks ain't gonna let you do that. Oh man, you done been locked up before. Those things to discourage you. That's what stops the dream. That's what stops the idea.
Wow.
Your dad and men, I don't think, boy, them white folks ain't gonna let you do that. So whenever you hear people that rebuttal you with a discouraging word, then you know that's the devil talking through them. Not necessarily that they the devil, but he uses the closest things to you, as God do. So, nigga, that's why I say I think everybody playing. So I had to trick myself. I had to play on myself. I tricked me to believe when I don't believe.
But it's the reason why it's called $1 trillion worth of game, boy, for real.
Like the little red caboose. I think I can. I think I can. Them furs, I think I can. You don't think you can. But if you keep saying it enough to yourself, you believe the lies too. Yeah.
But you have to go insane to accomplish something that most can't see.
You have to make a lie come true.
Them boys damn so right. You gotta make a lie come true to an extent. That's why some people be like, fake it till you make it. Some people be like, manifest. Some people be like this. Some people be like, gang, you gotta have faith. You heard me? That's why I'm gonna say you gotta have faith that shit don't work. You gotta believe in the process, man. This is another thing I like to say, bro. Insanity, delusion, and being that is a fine line, gang. You heard me? The success. It's a fine line. The decision, I feel like the main deciding factor of the ones who succeed and the ones who just end up insane doing the same exact thing over and over again is the ones that don't make the small adjustments that see what do and do not work. The ones that just keep doing the same exact thing, making no changes, just hoping and believing that for some reason it's gonna work. Like, yeah, they both working towards something, but that one that's not making the adjustments is the one that f***ed up, gang.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be the world's greatest. That's a lie at the time you're saying it.
Unless you're working towards it.
Man, when I grew up, I'm gonna. Man, I used to hear them old say that, homie. Man, I make a lie come true. That's why I love Don King. That's speaking things into existence. If you really believe, other than that, you lying. So I listen to people to see if they really believe the things that they're saying, and I hear for the most part people don't. That's why I think everybody playing. You don't think you're great. You don't believe you can do it. I do though, nigga. So I listen and pay attention. But you have to lie to yourself. When you feeling like shit and you feeling down in the shame, you have to tell yourself you're good. And when I say that, think about a month ago, I went to a juvenile detention center, nigga broke down. That's why I won't like that. I won't like nigga, cause that shit is heavy on the nigga heart. And nigga, these kids got murder cases. They finna be gone today my age. I saw this little nigga, homie, he got like 20-something years on the murder. And he had a picture. And in his picture, on his picture, he drew another picture. And his title is, I'm a good person. I was walking. I only got one eye. So I can only see so much. For whatever reason, my one eye caught that kid. And he said, I'm a good person, but he had a hard look. He had a hard, mean look. So I asked about the kid. I cried for that kid. For a mean-looking kid to write that on his picture, I'm a good person, and he's finna be gone forever, that's what he gotta tell himself. If not, he'll be a monster when he come out.
Wow.
He believed it too, homie. Because he didn't have the face to show it. The face I was looking at looked like a mean little bad kid, homie. But ain't no such thing. Nigga, I cried for that little boy when I heard his story. Nigga, you know how many kids probably ain't never been told that they good? They been fussed at, beat on, spit on. So yeah, they got me, nigga. So that what made me think about that, nigga. You gotta lie to yourself sometime and tell yourself you're good when you really don't believe it. But just keep saying it. Yeah, so I think about that little nigga face. It was a hardened face too, homie.
You said in a recent interview, your time in the youth home or the boys' home prepared you for today's generation.
It shaped me. So I grew up with some. When I got out of TYC in 1990, right in 1998, I had been locked up longer than any kid in the Texas Youth Commission. So I had done almost from 14 to 21. I remember every male juvenile staff member from juvenile detention, because I was always in juvie. Ted, Big Al, me and Mr. Green, Mr. Brown, nigga, I remember all them niggas. The mean ones, the cool ones. Tony ended up becoming a pastor, so I grew up, started going to his church a little bit. But when they would serve spaghetti, Tony would come through at nighttime because I don't eat pasta. He'd come through at nighttime. If I ain't been acting up, they'd come let me clean up the gym or clean up the kitchen and get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich so I don't go to bed hungry. I come back from court, nigga, got them tears in my eyes. Big Al ain't go give no sympathy. He ain't go. You been committing crime like you grown. Punishment is what you. So I had a balance of men from the time I was 13 till I was 21 in my life. Mr. Daniels. I learned what a liability and an asset was from Mr. Harris and Dorm 8. I learned about structure and discipline. Mr. Jones was a strict military man. May God rest his soul. Nigga, these men became my fathers and uncles. I listened to them talk about their hood, their wives, their sons. I grew up with them, so I got to hear their children accolades. And you talking about from 1991 to now, I can still call Mr. Davis, homie. Mr. Davis worked in the Texas Youth Commission, now known as the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, for almost 40 years, from the 70s to the 2000s, and he was mean. This nigga, the staffer, but he was fair, firm, and consistent. Mr. Mathis, Mr. Jumper, Mr. Gregory, Forbes, Mr. Duffer, Mr. Furrow, I had some men. I had some men in my life. So not only did I have the men in my life, I was in a structured program of a 16-hour day schedule, nigga, for 7 consecutive years. We had therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. We was in group 2 to 3 hours a day. We was in therapy an hour a day. So I was in an environment, what they call a resocialization experiment of children. We was placed in what they call a positive peer environment and culture, and everything was centered on thinking errors, going to group, your life story, recidivism plan, understanding your offense cycle. So if mother asked you, man, how you feel today, Charles? Man, I think I'm gonna have a good day. But I didn't ask you, what do you think? I asked you how you feel. So we had to learn thinking errors. We had to learn feeling words and memorize this. We were really being, it was kind of like a brainwashing experiment to create. So we were the first generation of children in 1991 to be tried and adjudicated for the crimes, violent crimes such as murder. So they did a study on children who killed. So it was a woman by the name of Debbie Price who done an article on children who with no remorse. So we were put in programs to develop victim empathy, to understand childhood trauma. So there's no way a who was raised in regular society can sit next to me and really compare his intelligence to mine, because I was brainwashed to be this smart. I was brainwashed to know these things and to articulate it. And so it's a reason why I know this. And I'm good at what I know, and I can break it down and explain to you. They created this. They made us. I heard 607 Unc talk about something similar, that he was in the boys' home in St. Louis, and one said he was on one floor. Nah, homie, it was an experimental program, so that's why children today, they took it away. They was every that went through this program and this experiment went on to become masterminds in prison.
Wow.
To become homie, like going to an Avenger school. Yeah, it was a brainwashing process, but for the good. The ones that didn't get the ending part went on to prison to become some of the best masterminded, manipulated people in prison that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice had ever seen. These were the young kids who end up going to prison at 18 and 19 years old and ran prisons still to this day.
Wow.